All right. Who remembers last week's lesson? What was it about? What was it called?
Kingdom through captivity.
Kingdom through captivity. And I said the next lesson we're going to do a spin off of that. This one is called Wisdom in Captivity. It's going to be about proof of identity. Israel then, Israel now. All right. And this lesson isn't going to be, it's not going to be about opinions or, uh, no emotions or anything like that. It's going to be about what the Most High has already declared. So when we talk about wisdom in captivity, y'all know that we always had wisdom in every captivity we were in. We've always had wisdom. Again, I know they're saying this is Black History Month, but Black history is forever. Black history don't stop. So while they say they give us a month to reflect, no, we reflect every time we read these scriptures. Black history is every day. You understand? It's every day. When we read our records, it's every day. But when we talk about inventions, innovations, intelligence, uh, so on and so on, so I guess somebody got intelligent. Is that why you saying? Ooh, intelligence. I like that word. Oh, invent.
It was a spirit.
It's a spirit. Anyway, we must establish who our people are according to these scriptures. We must. We must. Anytime we read these scriptures, we have to tell people, hey, these are our people. We have to be connected with these are our people. Literally. You got to be excited about our people. Christ walking on earth is like, man, that's our brother right there. Getting things done. Taking one for us. Helping us get through get to the kingdom. We read about Elijah, Elisha, John. We got to take pride in that. We got to be happy. Those are our brothers and sisters, our forefathers. We go to wisdom of not wisdom of Solomon, but yeah, of course, wisdom of Solomon. But the Maccabees, our brothers, Levi, but our brothers getting down, not taking no sugar honey iced tea. We just like it black. Oh man. I get proud. I get proud. Feast of uh uh dedication. It's like that inspires me. That inspires me. When we destroy Nicanor, that inspires me. Like we sit here talking about watching these other movies and stuff like that, man. Dude freaking cut a whole head off. Our people cut a whole head off. And it's just like, now what? You cut the head off, the arms.
Slapped him with his own hands.
Man. But these are our people. Our people are brilliant. Our people are smart. There was one story I was reading, and I was just reminded, I had to add it uh, when I woke up this morning because I was like, dang, how could I ever forget about one of my favorite stories? But, and we're going to get to that one at the very end. It's nothing like super big. It's just like, to me, it's just like, dang, that's smart as hell. But when we read these, we have to know that these are our people, and those people from back then are the people that are here now. Believe it or not. So, let's go to the first segment. We know this answer, but let's just bring it up. Who are God's Jews? Or should I have said jewels? We all have a stone that represents us. So it's like, anyway, who are the Jews? Let's go to Deuteronomy 28. Let's just start at 15. Let's make this one kind of quick.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So it just says, but it shall come to pass. So it's not, it might, maybe. It's saying that it shall. It shall means it will. It's going to happen. All right. It's not what's the word? I think that this might happen, and so on and so on. It's for sure. It's a for sure thing. If we break God's if we break God's commandments, his curses will fall upon us and it will overtake thee. And that has happened to the point of where we're scattered throughout the whole entire earth. And everywhere you see us, the curse is there. Everywhere. So, with that being said, was the Most High lying, or was he really telling us what's up?
Telling us what's up.
Did the Most High lie, man? No, he didn't. The Most High said, if you sin, you will get cursed. Is curse a good thing, or is that a bad thing?
I was talking to you.
Yeah, I need you to talk to me. Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
Bad?
It's bad. When you are cursed, it's a bad thing. But that might expose you to what can be good. Sometimes we just gotta look at it from both ends. All right, these curses are bad. He said if we do this, but on the other end, he said in verse 1 through 14, if you keep my commandments, all these what?
Blessing.
Blessings. We will be blessed. That's why we can literally say right now, today, we shouldn't be singing that song. We're blessed in the city. We're blessed in the... No. We're cursed. We're cursed highly. So, what?
She gonna play it in minor keys now? Change that whole
It sounds sad. Nobody dancing now. Now it sounds like a funeral. But this is the covenant language, basically. We were talking earlier, or y'all talking earlier when y'all doing a review of the lesson from last week. The covenant. The covenant. Who does the covenant belong to?
Me.
That's the blessings for obedience and the curses for disobedience. He never promised if the Moabites do good, this, that, and they'll get this. He never did that. He never said Edom's going to get a shot at the kingdom, blah, 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 if they keep the commandments. He never said that. He only gave the commandments to who, man?
Israel?
Israel? Okay. Who gets to go to the kingdom? Again.
Israel?
5 hours later. Again, this is covenant language, all right? So let's jump to verse 48.
Verse 48.
Let's go quick.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Man, a yoke of iron is not symbolic hardship. It's industrial. It's generational bondage. Of course, we have the actual, excuse me, the actual stuff around our neck, the iron and stuff like that, but we're not walking around with that right now. But yet we're still captivity. We're still in captivity. So this means what? Read that last part again.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Until he has destroyed us. We are destroyed. We are destroyed. That's why Christ has done what he's done so we can still have that shot to get into the kingdom. The Most High is saying, like, you know what? I'm going to put this yoke around y'all until basically y'all get yourselves together. When y'all get yourselves together, and then Christ is going to come and he's going to what? We had this lesson, it starts with an S. He's going to put everything back together. Salvage. He's going to salvage, which is another word for our salvation. He's going to put us back together again, and we're going to be made whole, brand new. We're going to be ready for the kingdom. But that's only for those who are already showing that I want to do what's right. I want to do what's right. So he's going to do that. Go to 64.
Verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other.
So here we are, from one end of the earth to another.
And there
this side all the way to that side. From this side all the way to that side. From up there to down here. Up there to down here. The Most High said he's going to scatter. When we have parts that break and they get what's the word? They're broken. Sometimes we just happen to just throw them away in the trash, right? And that trash, when we take the trash can or the trash and we put it in the trash can, we hear rolls the trash can out to the curb. The people from the waste management, they come, the garbage truck, he puts it in the thing, and what happens? That trash gets hauled to where? A landfill, which is somewhere in Bethlehem or I think it's either Bethlehem or Winder, Georgia. But it gets hauled to another area. It gets hauled. Wow. Weren't we broken? Didn't we get messed up? Didn't we quit keeping the commandments and we were doing our own thing? Wait a minute. When the Most High said, you guys aren't going to be a people anymore. I'm pissed off at y'all. Y'all not going to be people anymore. Weren't we hauled off? Put them with the trash. Weren't we hauled off to where other trash people are? In cities that's not in the city that we reside in right now? Just really think about that. Most High is doing exactly what the government does, right? We can get rid of this trash. But if there is something like, no, I really want something out of there. I shouldn't have thrown that away. Some people who have their heart designated to get whatever they might have thrown away is like, I really want that. What do?
Dumpster diving.
They go dumpster diving, or they go to the junk yard. They go to the trash place and they start digging through. I need that part. I want that part. And when I find it, I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to patch it together. It's going to look brand new. It can't be in my house stinking like that. I'm gonna get the correct parts so that it gets corrected. The parts get fixed. I'm gonna get that what do you call it, Mod Podge, so they can be glued together. That is I'm gonna weld it. That means I'm gonna put fire to it so everything melts and comes completely intact and tight together. I'm going to fix this baby up. That is what Christ is going to do if we show that, hey, we're worth keeping around. We're going to get ourselves together. Anyway, we were scattered. Read the rest of that.
And the,
Adrian! Hey, Adrian!
Yo, Adrian, we did it.
and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Man, so look at us. We coming from that Christian, gotta have that goddamn cross. You gotta have a cross on your, you gotta, it says cross in the Bible. Yeah, but it also says if you're hung from a tree. Wow. Isn't it our people who were hung from trees? They were beaten, and they just showing y'all mom a few days ago. Matter of fact, literally, probably 3 days ago, in Marietta, Georgia, which is nothing but 45 to an hour drive away, one of our brothers was killed and hung in a tree. It still goes on today. The curses don't stop. Why would I want to serve a cross? You got people over here doing that whole Ramadan crap and whatever Muslim holidays, and they can't even do that right. But why would rocks? We serve a true God who actually speaks, who actually can tell you what's going to happen before it happens, who tells us what to do when we get in a situation to be out of the situation or to help us progress to do better. We have a real Most High God. Everybody else has phony doctrines. Christianity has phony doctrines. Their cross can't do what our King can do. Their cross needed our King to do whatever they think it can do. So who's greater? The King, our King, or the cross? Our King. Who's greater? Our rock or their rock? Our rock. Who is who? Christ. Yahweh Shai. Really think about that. I'm getting a little further off, but really think about that. The scriptures aren't lying. It says we're going to go into other doctrines and start doing all this voodoo crap and Buddha crap, and it's just booty. It's ass.
Bullshit.
Right. It's
That's
Buddha
bullshit.
shit. Verse 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies, for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
And then we just watched the video. What movie was that? Was that Roots? Was it Roots? It was Amistad.
We didn't watch them full of the clips you talking about.
Yeah, the clips that we watched in the last lesson.
12 Years Slave,
12 Years Slave,
Roots, and
Roots. Amistad. Book of Negroes as well. All of this, the Most High is he told us before it was going to happen. He told us years and years and years ago before they even made the movies. This is what's going to happen. This is going to be y'all's ruin if y'all break my commandments. If y'all sin. What is sin, man?
Captivity.
No, that's what happens when you sin. You should know what the Bible says sin is. Did you forget? Before your mama helps you out. Sure, what is sin?
You want scripture?
Hmm?
You want scripture?
Yeah.
First John.
You can say whatever. Yeah. We're going to follow it up with the scripture.
Sin is when you break your commandments, according to First John 3:4.
Sin is when we're breaking God's commandments. Sin is when we're breaking God's commandments. According to what scripture, man?
First John.
First John what? Look like you're almost there. First John what? Chapter what? Huh?
4.
Chapter 4. Chapter 3, verse what?
4.
Verse 4. Okay. So according to First John chapter 3, verse 4, that says what sin is. So we're going to put that back in the rotation for this week. But good job, baby. We will go back to Egypt. Egypt means bondage, according to Exodus chapter 20, verses 2. Do y'all remember that? Or do y'all need a recap? Do you remember that? 20 verse 2 of Exodus means bondage. Did you remember that? All right. So Egypt means bondage, proven in Exodus chapter 20, verse 2. Ships was the literal transportation of how we got to our captivity land, the land of our captivity. Ours happened to be America, Cuba, Brazil, Jamaica, all little tiny islands off of that. Was that Saint Lucia? All of that. That was our way of transportation, or how we were transported in slavery. So it's not ancient history. It's basically the transatlantic slave trade. That is how we got there. But when we got here, as y'all saw, what did it say? We were sold. Y'all saw that part. And it was just pretty much like that, if not worse. You got to imagine, we're a family. Let's just say somebody came and gathered us up, and y'all see me on the auction block being sold. They didn't really capture it very, very well. There's lots of women screaming, babies crying, children crying, because they know when their father got on that auction block, it is like a 98% chance that they are never going to see their father again. The wife would never get to see her husband again. So imagine all that crying that was going on. They didn't capture that in that movie. That's what was going on. How do you think the husband felt? Father.
He was never going to see his family.
Never. That's why we're so messed up right now, because we have people who don't even know who's family. But sometimes I be at work and there's a girl, I'm just like, man, you look like my sister. It's a possibility you could be my sister. We don't know. But the thing is, all of that happened because we broke God's commandments. You understand? Now, let's go to verse 37. Let's go quick. I'm going to get through this. I can't believe we're still on this first segment. We are the Jews. That's really what it is. That's really what this segment is saying. We are the Jews. Everything that has happened from Deuteronomy, from Deuteronomy 28, verse 15, we broke God's commandment and all the curses happened. It did not happen like that to anybody else. No other nation was sold when they got off the ships. We were sold. I'm seeing people sitting here talking about, white people, they were sold too, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, they were not sold off of slave ships. They were not transported off of slave ships. They weren't beaten like our people were beaten. They have freedom. They have rights. At that time when we got off, we didn't have jack squat. Damn, today we still fighting for that. Y'all have to understand, this is us. We are the Jews of the Bible. There is no reason why we should be, I'm ashamed to. No, we got to walk up with our heads high When we out there in public, I know who I am. You ain't got to have that boastful attitude, but you should not be ashamed of who we are. Seriously, that's real talk. What's your religion? I don't have a religion, but I am. I am an Israelite. I am an Israelite from the tribe of Manasseh. You don't hear a lot of people talk about Manasseh. You don't hear a lot of people talk about Benjamin. You know, all they know is Jew. I'm Jewish. Mm, what tribe? I'm Jewish. But our people will know who they are. I'm an Israelite. I'm from the tribe of Judah. I'm an Israelite. I'm from the tribe of Issachar. Naphtali. What? You okay? From tribe of Gad.
I was just trying to figure if you were saying I am or I am.
I like to take naps. That's why we personally talked with Moses and said we're just gonna stay right here. I'm gonna make me a little pallet over here. Take me a nice little nap. Now I don't even feel like tying up the horses in the cat. We're just gonna let them run free. Verse 37.
Verse 37. And thou shalt become and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations whither the Lord shall lead thee.
A byword means called by names that is not our own. I don't respond to the word nigger or negro or black MFer. I don't respond to that. That's not my name. That black guy over there. Who? That African over there. What African do you see? Now, I can honestly be, there's a big distinction, but anyway, we called without them using our real names. Just like y'all saw in that clip, what were they changing Kunta's name to? Toby. Jesus. So let that confirm our remembrance of captivity. It's us. It's us. It's seriously us. I know we all know this. We've grown in this truth, but like it has to really make sense. I see you over there trying to pick that hair up, but it has to. Y'all have to think. I think about it every day when I go to work. I think about it. I'm like, man, I am really in captivity. Why are they changing my hours? How come I can't be working like everybody else is working? It's only the people of color who was getting. But thank you, Most High. I'll be happy with whatever the Most High is allowing me to have so that I can feed my family. But man, it's a lot of mistreatment. My boss or the owners and management sitting there calling us niggers behind our back. That is a byword. Yeah, really. We got people who are upset because they heard that. Some people left. Again, we are who the Bible is calling us, which is the Jews. We are Israel. Baruch 2:30. All right, I got one more scripture and then we'll go to the next one. It's good stuff.
Baruch chapter 2, verse
30.
30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves.
Identity loss was temporary. Our identity loss was temporary. Our remembrance was promised. Identity loss was temporary, but our remembrance was promised. Now let's establish some of this wisdom that we have, that us Israelites have. Daniel 1 verse 17. Let's go quickly.
Daniel chapter 1, verse 17. As for these 4 children, God gave them knowledge and skill in all learning and wisdom.
Wait a minute. In all learning and what?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
And Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams.
Daniel had understanding in all, not some, in all. In all. Visions and dreams. These people that the scripture is talking about are Israelites. We were captives. Yet, for some reason, we were wiser than the people who were ruling over us. I guess you would say captors. We were wiser than our captors. The people that they stole off the land, our people, they stole doctors, engineers, great sports people athletic. That's our people. This is why we invented a lot of the things that we use today. Clarity doesn't pretty much cancel the covenant. They might have captured us, but it doesn't cancel what the Most High has given us. Again, we just reading about Daniel. Daniel had more understanding, more wisdom than anybody. You could tell Daniel a dream and he knows it. He knows what it means. It can be, oh, God's getting ready to kick your ass. Oh, you're getting ready to go into, what's the word? Damn. I mean, huh? Famine. Y'all getting ready to go into famine. Oh, your kingdom's getting ready to go down. Oh, you getting ready to die. What was that? 3 birds flying, 3 crows flying around. You getting ready to die in 3 days. Man, we have skills, which is going to, let's get into it. We have skills. Watch this. A lot of this stuff I learned just because when we were teaching on the streets, there's some stuff I was looking up while one of the teachers was teaching. Some of the things were I was just picking up and I was listening, and then I started looking stuff up on my phone. I was like, oh wow. But check this out.
The shoe factory in Lynn, Massachusetts hummed with activity, but Jan Matzeliger's keen eyes noticed the problem immediately. In the corner, hand lasters hunched over workbenches, their fingers flying as they stitched leather uppers to soles, a painstaking art that took years to master. Even the fastest among them could only complete 50 pairs a day. Born in Suriname to a Dutch engineer and an enslaved African mother, Jan had always understood machines better than people understood him. The factory bosses dismissed the young black immigrant until he unveiled his creation. Jan knew that shoes remained a high-priced product and wanted to make them available to the common man. And if he could find a way to mechanically shape the upper portion and attach it to the sole, then he thought he would help take shoes into mass production. At night, while other workers went home, he stayed behind, sketching designs by lamplight and building wooden models. For years, he scavenged scrap metal, tweaked gears, and endured failed prototypes. Then on March 20th, 1883, he demonstrated his automatic shoe lasting machine. With a symphony of pincers and levers, his revolutionary device automated the process of attaching a shoe's upper part, which was the flexible material that wraps around the foot, to its sole, ensuring a precise and durable fit. Metzeliger's machine could shape the leather over the molding and attach a sole in less than 1 minute, a task that took hand lasters 15 arduous minutes per shoe. The factory floor fell silent with intrigue as Metzeliger's magic machine produced 700 flawless pairs of shoes in a single day. Shoe prices plummeted overnight. Everyday people could now afford sturdy footwear, and the little town of Lynn became an industrial powerhouse. But Jan, who did actually work to protect his intellectual property, never saw any monetary gain from his invention. like many black inventors of his time, but Jan's legacy will not be denied. In 1991, he was honored with his own U.S. Postal Service stamp and was posthumously recognized for his work and contributions by being inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame in 2006. Today, his machine sits in the Smithsonian, and his name graces awards for inventors, because Jan Matzeliger didn't just speed up shoemaking, he walked the world into the modern age, one soul at a time.
Deuteronomy 4, chapter 5. Deuteronomy 4, verses 5 and verse 6.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Wisdom is visible. It's recognized by other nations. So yeah, we're supposed to keep the commandments, and we probably didn't understand keeping commandments back then, but we did have a good understanding of right and wrong for a little handful of it. But I'm showing this to show you that we always had some kind of wisdom in our captivity. Always had some kind of wisdom. He had wisdom to make a machine that will attach the sole of your shoe to the top part. He's the reason why we have the shoes right now that we wear. That big, thick rubber part that's on our shoes, he's the reason why it's held together. Our shoes are held together. He had the wisdom to make a machine that can do that and produce stuff quickly. While other people were making like 50 shoes, probably that's if you were just great, 50 a day. So I can only imagine there's probably people who's only getting like 25 or 30 shoes a day. They're like, yeah, the strongest one, the quickest one is like 50. But that machine's putting out 700 shoes a day. 700 versus that 50 is what percentage? But that's a big percentage. No, don't look at him, school teacher. We had wisdom. He had wisdom. Look, he was up all night working on the designing his shoes, designing on how this machine could do what it do. And then his creativity was recognized by other nations. Is the scriptures lying or is it spot on? Proverbs 2 verse 6.
Proverbs chapter 2, verse 6. For the Lord giveth wisdom, out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding.
Wisdom is given. Again, like we said earlier, wisdom is given. Wisdom is given. Just like that discernment. It's given. It's given to us. It's not earned by circumstance. It is given to us. Most High has given us wisdom. He has given us this whole entire Bible. It's our duty to study it and then apply it. But the Most High already did his part. Already put the ball in your hand. Now you got to dribble it and make the shot. Daniel 5 and 12. Watch this. It's another one. It's talking about the greatness. Go ahead.
Daniel chapter 5, verse 12. For as much as an excellent spirit in knowledge and understanding, interpreting of dreams and showing of hard sentences, and dissolving of doubts were found in the same Daniel, whom the king named Belteshazzar.
Y'all notice that it wasn't just the dream. Read that very first part again.
For as much as an excellent spirit, and knowledge and understanding, interpreting of dreams, and showing of hard sentences, and dissolving of doubts, were found in the same Daniel, whom the king named Belteshazzar. Now let Daniel be called, and he will show the interpretation.
He had a plethora of things that he was very skilled in. Still enslaved, was still a slave, but he was just wiser. He's the wisest. He was one of the wisest. So let that go to show that just because we're enslaved, our people were enslaved, doesn't mean that we were not smart, that we were not capable of building things, talking, writing. We were so good they didn't even want us reading and writing. We pick up so quick. We can look at their manuscripts and figure it out right then and there, which would take us a few days, maybe weeks to get something down versus them taking like a year or two, maybe 3 to figure something out. They were scared of us. We were great. Most High gave us that spirit of wisdom. We could create things just because of the state and area that we were in. Again, I want to create a I'm tired of picking up the grass. So let me invent something that's going to help me cut the grass quicker. And then we have the lawnmower. The Most High has given us this amazing spirit of what's the word I'm looking for in engineering. Wisdom of Solomon 7:22. We go a little quicker.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 22.
I love this one.
For wisdom, which is the worker of all things,
Which is the worker of all things. Go ahead.
taught me, for in her is an understanding spirit, holy, one only, manifold, subtle, lively, clear, undefiled, plain, not subject to hurt, loving a thing that is good, quick, which cannot be letted, ready to do good.
Man. Wisdom builds. Wisdom builds. What does wisdom do, man? All right. I don't know how it took 29 days for you to figure that out, but wisdom builds. Wisdom builds. Exodus. Let me jump over to. Yeah. Let me do it. Exodus 31, verses 2 through 5.
Exodus chapter 31, verse 2. See, I have called by name Bezaleel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah. And I have called him with the Spirit of God, in wisdom and in understanding, and in knowledge, and in all manner of workmanship, to devise cunning works, to work in gold and in silver and in brass, and in cutting of stones, to set them, and in carving of timber, to work in all manner of workmanship.
In all manner of workmanship. So let's show them workmanship. Give me, let's show. Give me a definition of workmanship according to what you understand.
Me?
Yeah, workmanship.
Ethics. Workmanship is taking pride in your craft and doing your very best. Not when someone's watching or not when you need to present it. When you're actually doing it just to show integrity. Workmanship is putting your name on whatever you put your hand to do.
Okay. So basically, yeah, the degree of skill with whichever kind of product you made or the job that you are doing. So, for instance, here you build cardboard houses and you take your time, but you do it and you do it to where it's very nice and presentable. I show people at my job all the time, and people just get blown out. It's like, yeah, that's his workmanship. That's he's that's his lane. Sure, I show your paintings, and everybody's just, no, where'd y'all buy that? Like, bought it from my house. She painted that. She did that. She's getting ready to, to do this and do that. This is her lane. Or when I show people your music, she did. Yep, that's my daughter. Man, really, music really does run through your face. I know. But believe it or not, that's the biblical talent. It's workmanship. Workmanship is all in the scriptures. It's all in the scriptures. So this ain't nothing new. It's like all praises to the Most High that it's just proof to show you that we are who the scriptures say we are. We create stuff and then they imitate. Wow. They imitate what we create. We have the depiction of Christ, the real depiction of Christ. They take it, they try to imitate it, and they whitewash it. We know that our Lord and Savior was not some white Roman man. We know that he will today, if they saw him, be considered a black man. But they take that and they try to imitate him and then whitewash him. Let me get you another. I love this one.
Take a ride through history with the incredible story of Alexander Miles, an unsung hero who transformed the world of elevators. Born in 1838, Miles's inventive spirit and engineering prowess would revolutionize urban living. In 1887, Alexander Miles patented an automatic elevator door mechanism. This ingenious invention not only enhanced safety, but also laid the foundation for the modern elevator system we rely on today. Miles' innovation ensured that elevator doors closed automatically, preventing accidents and improving efficiency. His invention became a cornerstone of urban architecture and skyscraper development. Miles' invention revolutionized vertical transportation, making it safer and more accessible. His legacy lives on in the skylines of modern cities.
The description says it's going to be recognized by all other nations. Everybody uses an elevator. You got the top corporate people using an elevator. We had to use elevators sometimes at the airport just to go to the what do you call it? The air thing where the planes are at.
The gates.
Not the gates, but it's where the gates is at. The hub or something like that. We had to go down, get on the subway, and then anyway. Everybody uses that. Everybody uses our inventions. And they try to take credit for it. But these are our inventions made by our people that the Most High has given wisdom. It's not by accident that we have this stuff. It's not by accident that we create music so wonderful and build houses and streets and air conditioners and it's not by accident. Most High has given us that wisdom.
Immerse yourself in the story of Philip Downing, a remarkable figure in Black history. Born in the year 1857, he was a notable African-American inventor. A pivotal moment in his life came in the year 1899, when he patented an ingenious creation, the street letterbox with a hinged door. This was the vital forerunner to the mailbox we know today. Downing's invention allowed for the secure depositing of mail, marking a significant evolution in the postal system. Despite the racial challenges of his era, his invention remains a cornerstone of our daily life. It stands as a testament to the profound impact of Black inventors in shaping the modern conveniences we often take for granted. Remember Philip Downing, the man who redefined communication in his time and continues to impact ours.
Are we not still using what he created? And it's so important that Now it's against the law if anybody was to come touch our mailbox. It's a federal offense. Everything that we are using is created by us.
That invented the light bulb, the telegraph, the television, the telephone, the computer chip, the smartphone, the GPS, the integrated circuit, and even the internet. Basically, we invented everything. What is left? We invented everything.
Bro, black people did all that. We innovate and create everything. And so it's just par for the course of what happens with black innovation. I'm big on protecting your IP, but a lot of times you're creating and you want to be creative. But I think this is just another version of what happens when black people make something. When it comes to rock and roll music, we've invented the ice cream scoop, ice cream alarm system, macaroni and cheese,
plasma,
yeah. The hot comb. There's a list of so many inventions and creations by black people.
Black people deserve their flowers, okay? Black people are the ones who built that country. Black people are the backbone of the United States. Black people are the ones who built that White House that he's living in with his cushy lifestyle. That's all on the backs of black people.
Everything that we are using is created by us. Everything. And it's so important. Without that, the government couldn't fully operate the way that they work without our invention. The Most High has given us all these kinds of things, all this kind of wisdom. So even though we're in our captivity, we're still great in what we do. Even if it's just carving out our own lane, the Most High made us great in our own lane. Notice these our brothers, they still had to face racial stuff. They still had to go through people trying to steal the inventions and not giving them the props for that. But if you really pay attention, they're saying our people owned more than one patent, meaning that they do something great and they move on to another thing and create something great and move on to another thing and create something great. That's what we keep doing. That's in our blood. That's in our genes to do great and be great.
In a world that often refused to see his worth, one man's mind burned brighter than the prejudice that surrounded him. His name, Garrett Augustus Morgan, a man born in 1877 in the deep south of America to parents who had once been enslaved. With only a 6th grade education and a pocket full of dreams, Garrett left Kentucky for Cleveland, Ohio, searching for a chance to build something greater. He had no formal training, no money, and no connections. But he had curiosity, the kind that changes history. Working as a sewing machine repairman, he noticed how easily machines could break down and how a bit of understanding could make them better. That understanding led him to his first great discovery, a simple chemical experiment gone wrong that instead turned into a groundbreaking hair-straightening cream. It changed the beauty industry forever and made Garrett a successful businessman. But that was only the beginning. In 1912, he invented something that would save lives. A safety hood, the world's early version of the gas mask. While others doubted him, Garrett proved its power in the most heroic way possible. In 1916, when a deadly explosion trapped workers deep beneath Lake Erie, Garrett put on his own invention and went down into the darkness himself. He pulled man after man to safety through the smoke and poison. His bravery made headlines across the nation, but not his name. You see, when the media learned he was a black man, many newspapers refused to print his picture or give him credit. White companies copied his invention, and Garrett Morgan, the man who risked his life, was pushed aside. Yet he never stopped inventing, never stopped believing. A few years later, Garrett saw a terrible car accident at a busy intersection. He went home and designed a 3-position traffic signal: stop, go, and a new color in between. A yellow light that gave people time to slow down. That idea became the foundation of modern traffic lights all over the world. He sold the patent to General Electric for $40,000, a fortune in those days. But the true value was far greater. He had made roads safer for everyone. Garrett A. Morgan, a man who faced racism, rejection, and invisibility, still chose to invent, to save lives, and to believe in humanity's better side. He proved that genius has no color and courage has no limit. This story was brought to you by Amir Adam for Untold Chapters, where the forgotten voices of history live again. Because here, every untold story deserves to be heard.
So what is he responsible for?
Some hair cream, traffic light, and the gas mask.
Right. And what did he have to put up with? Racism. Although his invention is the ones that save people's lives. Now, we don't have an invention when it comes to Christ. But Christ is the one who saves only Israel's life. So Christ is like, oh, you can't imitate this. You can't fake this. Y'all want it that bad. But y'all, when it comes down to it's time for lives to be saved and stuff like that, y'all's fake invention isn't going to help y'all. This real right here, this isn't invented. This is God given. And I'm going to show y'all who God gave it to. One thing to be proud of. I mean, it's another thing to be proud of right there. One thing to put on y'all's list to be proud of. So when we standing around these folks who are racist, like, all right, say, that's cool. Y'all would be like that. That's cool. When the day comes, y'all are going to be pissed off. They are going to be pissed off. I got it?
Ever heard of the Black Edison? Meet Granville T. Woods, the ingenious inventor who held over 60 patents and revolutionized the railroad and electrical industries. Born in 1856, Granville faced racial barriers head-on, pursuing his passion for engineering and innovation despite the odds. His groundbreaking inventions, such as the multiplex telegraph, which allowed train conductors to communicate instantly with stations, drastically improved train safety and efficiency. He also developed essential electrical devices that laid the groundwork for modern electrical systems. Wood's relentless pursuit of knowledge and his ability to transform ideas into life-changing inventions earned him a place among America's greatest inventors. His legacy continues to inspire.
Well, here, what does he create?
He created the light bulb, the train system, and
What did he create or was involved in?
He created or made more efficient the communication between conductors and the people at the actual train station.
Telegraphing.
Mm-hmm. And he also improved electrical, something with the electrical system that
trains
that helped for them to I don't remember all of it, to move faster, or he made something more efficient with the electric.
That guy right there, that y'all see, that's y'all great, I want to say great grandfather. He was involved with those trains. If y'all notice, there was another guy that we had already talked about who was involved with helping with trains. There's another guy that I wanted to bring up. I just couldn't get all because people are saying, I've really been trying to hone in on it a little longer, but they're not saying he invented, but he was just powerful when it came to the trains. And that would be John Henry.
The fable? The fable?
Fable.
He's born with a hammer in his hand.
They say that, but no, he was stronger than what you could really, he was like the Thor, the He-Man, or whatever. And but it's like he was real though. He was real. And he had so if people were doing things, he can do things quicker, easier than whatever. And he had all the muscles and stuff like that. I'm thinking of the dude from the Green Mile. Think of that. So but I thought he had created something, but he didn't create anything. He's just good at his work. But that goes to show workmanship, and I didn't have enough time to piece all that together at work. But our people are great. They are great. All right, let's go to we're almost done. Segment 3. Let's talk about times, systems, and scientific understanding, and a little bit of Issachar. First Chronicles 12 and 32.
First Chronicles what?
12 and 32.
First Chronicles chapter 12, verse 32. And of the children of Issachar, which were men that had understanding of the times to know what Israel ought to do, the heads of them were 200, and all their brethren were at their commandment.
Understanding times, or time means measurements, planning, and systems. We got to have those things when we're talking about timing. So they understood it. They understood the sun, the stars. They understood the moon, and what's a good day to farm on, or to do gardening on. When is harvest season? They understood all of that. So this is why you see a lot of our brothers and sisters out there, in Mexico and South America and those lands where they are taking the farming jobs, because they understand that. They've created a lot of things, agriculture. They understand all that. The Most High has given them that understanding of timing and when to harvest and when to back off and when to plant things, what goes good to grow with what fruits and stuff, what substance works on certain plants, what substance work on certain engineering. I'll get to that later in a few minutes. Our people have this understanding that the Most High has given us. It wasn't them, they stumbled onto something. Most High has given them that. Genesis 1 and 14.
Genesis chapter 1, verse 14. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years.
Timekeeping is divine design. Timekeeping is divine design. So we have to recognize, like, oh, it's an important role when it comes to the Most High giving Issachar the understanding of times. Ecclesiastes 3 and 1, where it's talking about to everything there is a what? There is a season. To everything there is a season. When we read Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, let's read chapter 7 in Wisdom of Solomon, verses 17 through 19.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 17. For he hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely, to know how the world was made, and the operation of the elements, the beginning, ending, and midst of the times, the alterations of the turning of the sun, and the change of seasons, the circuits of years, and the positions of stars.
Believe it or not, that's science. That's science. Most High has given us, or Issachar, that understanding of time. He has given us the understanding of this whole thing of the elements and stuff like that. That's science. Really think about it. Are y'all in science class?
Yes, sir.
Who you have science class? What are y'all doing in science class?
Building magnets, learning about electricity.
Sure.
Yeah, atoms and the yeah the basics of life.
Well, again, when you know these things, when you learn these things and you know it, you're supposed to grow in it. Our people were given the whole understanding of this, and that's why it came easily, you know. But that does not mean that it just came overnight. Still have to go study. They still have to learn certain things. Just because it was, it's in them for them to know it, doesn't mean that they slacked on learning. They have to learn. Got it? You have to keep learning. You have to excel in it. You all right? But again, that is science. So take that serious. Whatever, take all your schooling seriously, but take it seriously. Don't just sleep on that. If the Most High gave them that understanding, then that is a great blessing right there to have. Matter of fact, Sirach 39, verse 1.
Sirach chapter 39, verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies.
Right. This pretty much explains why, we excel in transportation systems, communications, computing, logistics. This explains why. I'm gonna play that one. Hold on one second. See if I can. Let me play. We already watched this on that.
Ever heard of the Black Edison? Meet Granville T. Woods, the ingenious inventor who held over 60 patents and revolutionized the railroad and electrical industries. Born in 1856, Granville faced racial barriers head-on, pursuing his passion for engineering and innovation despite the odds. His groundbreaking inventions, such as the multiplex telegraph, which allowed train conductors to communicate instantly with stations, drastically improved train safety and efficiency. He also developed essential electrical devices that laid the groundwork for modern electrical systems. Wood's relentless pursuit of knowledge and his ability to transform ideas into life-changing inventions earned him a place among America's greatest inventors. His legacy continues to inspire.
Now, besides the railroad thing, I'll name something else because I just want y'all to see what is actually he's behind.
Communication,
Transportation.
transportation.
No, that would go with the besides him.
Besides him,
I mean, besides that,
Electric system.
electric systems. Electric systems. Really think about what do we use today that is electric systems.
well, in our cars, we use electric systems, thermostats, television, phones, phones, chargers.
Mm-hmm. You're almost there.
Computers.
There you go. computers. IBM.
You're likely using something right now that Mark Dean helped invent, a computer, a printer, or maybe even your entire workstation. Born in 1957, Dean co-invented the IBM personal computer and helped develop the first color PC monitor. He also led the team that created the industry-standard architecture ISOSA, allowing devices like printers and disk drives to connect to your PC Visa. He holds 3 of IBM's original 9 PC patents. And here's the kicker. Mark Dean also became IBM's first Black Fellow, the company's highest technical rank. At a time when tech rooms were almost entirely white and male, Dean's brain was behind the screen, building the future. He didn't just help shape the computer age, he made sure innovation had no color barrier.
That's our brother. I mean, it wasn't the best, but either way, that's our. I want to show a movie. It's like a rock and roll movie. Dang, I forgot what it was called now. I'm brain fart right now. But the movie is it's like rock and roll something. But it's a guy who wanted to write an article on a band that he really liked. Almost Famous, that's what it's called. Almost Famous. He wanted to write an article on a band, and he ended up going on tour with them. And every time he had information, so he could sell art, or so he can give it to the magazine company. Back then, we didn't have internet. But back then, we had a thing called what?
Typewriter?
Typewriter. But he had to get the information. There you go. Telegraph. So the telegraph played a big role. And that's where our brother. I got information I got to send right now that I have to send all across. I'm in New York. I got to send it over to California. If I had information from New York and I need to send it over to California, that is what the telegraph did. It gives them the whole information to where we can, how they used the machine back then, it would get over there. So our brother is behind that. He's the inventor of that. He made it to where we can get information to one another. Oh, stop this crowd. One another. And it is a big, pivotal or big thing. It wasn't something that was just like by accident or whatever. He actually made that. But yeah, we have the laptops that we use, internet, printer, electrical, and all that other good stuff. He is behind all that.
It's sad that he's not mentioned, but you look up telegraph and mention.
No, you have to like really like I tell you another thing. So y'all see how like when I put these videos together, I'm showing a picture to the right of the video. That's because when you go and search for their pictures, they try to hide their pictures, or they try to make these guys look like they're eating. It's like that's not what they look like. They're not white people. Some of these people are dark as heck. Segment 4. Invention, a covenant, not coincidence. Invention, a covenant, not coincidence. Let's just go, let me get straight to the facts. Proverbs 8, verses 12.
Proverbs chapter 8, verse 12. I, wisdom, dwell with prudence, and find out knowledge of witty invention.
All right, so I, wisdom, dwell with prudence, and find out knowledge of witty inventions. There we go, talking about inventions. Invention is biblical. We invented a lot of stuff believe it or not. Again, yeah, I mean, you're already seeing that we invented a lot of stuff. Okay. Go to Wisdom of Solomon 7 verses 21.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 verse 21. And all such things are either secret or manifest. Them I know.
So operations are mechanical and systematic or systemic. All right. So again, that plays along with the word we were talking about, workmanship and everything like that. We invented stuff, we operated stuff. When you look at we talk about John Henry, I want to say that was his name, John Henry. Hold on, let me look it up. John Henry. 1 second. Yep, I am correct. John Henry. John Henry is a folk hero, a Black American freedman. He is said to have worked as a steel driving man, a man tasked with hammering steel and drills. I want y'all to look that up. So write this down. John Henry. And y'all write a small like little report on what y'all have seen or got from him, whatever. But it's a real person, but some people are trying to say it's just a myth. But they always try to despise our people or put our people in a myth or try to be like, oh, he didn't really create this, he didn't really create that. But John Henry, y'all got it?
Yes.
Look that up. Ecclesiastes 9:11.
Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 11. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all.
So credit does not always follow the original creator as far as when it comes to inventions and stuff like that. We got a lot of people, again, like I was telling you about down here, we got a lot of people who's just going to try to knock it back or say, oh, he wasn't real or this person didn't create this or that. Yet, the Most High knows his people. He knows our brothers and sisters. He knows them. He can literally say who did what and who didn't do what. And it will be a time for it to be shown and known. The Most High does not forget his people. The thing is, we have to come back to keeping God's commandments so we can be in that group of when speaking about good things and all this other good stuff. Our enemies are so quick to just try to find a reason not to give credit. But while they'll do that, the Most High knows the truth. If you say, sure, you wrote a song and somebody comes around and be like, you didn't write that, blah, 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 and trying to say somebody else wrote that, the Most High is going to be like, all right, no, she wrote that, but he's going to and go from there. Thank God that we have legal systems and so on to fight in court and stuff like that. But sometimes people actually end up doing bad and lying and still stealing. But the Most High knows, and he knows his people, and he'll be able to, at the end of the day, no, sure, she created that song. Got it? Last segment. No, there's one more. The scattering. The Most High, we already talked about. The Most High scattered us. We already know that the land was taken from us. Our land was taken from us. But up to this point, we have spoken about our identity and our wisdom. So, what's going on now? Now we must return back to the Most High. We must return to Yahweh. We must return to Him. We have to, like, when we do things, represent Him well. This is me. This is the talent that the Most High has done for me, or has given me, and that whatever I do in my talent, I represent the Most High God. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It can be you selling insurance. Well, I sell these insurance. I'm good at when I explain life insurance or health insurance to these people. I'm good with breaking it down, breaking the numbers down, finding the policy that fits for these people. That's my talent. That's my pleasure. That's my talent. That's what the Most High has given. If He has given you the skill of being a nerd, I mean, just go on and chop it up. I'm a nerd. Most High has made me smart in a lot of things. I read. I read for clarity. Ain't that what you do? You sit there, you and the client looking at the same thing. Client don't want to read it, but you gonna read it. No, it says right here you'll be paying this, and this is money is owed to you, and that this insurance company will work with you, and this hospital falls aligned with your policies. This insurance policy works with your doctors. Or if you sign on to this, be aware because you're not going to be able to have this doctor in your policy. That's a talent. And as you starting to see, a lot of people ain't got time for all that. But you say, I love doing that. I love reading about that. I call you up, I learned something new. Did you? No, I didn't know. 3 o'clock. Oh man. All right. Because because Israel in scripture is not, static. Israel moves. We are scattered. We are going to be regathered. We're going to be regathered. And a lot of the stuff that our brothers and sisters have already made, we still use them every day. When y'all doing y'all classes, y'all school lessons and stuff like that, y'all using stuff that they created. Communication, transportation. I use the transportation every day, except for on the Sabbath. But when I go out there, which y'all don't think I have to stop at a stoplight, that's every day. That's because of them. When I'm sending out emails, or your mom's emailing me, or text messaging me, that's because of one of our brothers and sisters. So our history is rich, full of inventions. I'm not even going to go into detail about the lady who created color ID, our sister, some of the medicines that were created by some of our people. But I'm just giving y'all just a little bit. When you really search through the history, you'll see that our Father, Most High God, has given us all that skill, and we have used it. Some of us has failed to recognize the Most High in it. Some of us have actually learned that, hey, it's the Most High. But at the end of the day, the Most High gave it to us. The other nations who tries to steal, that's all they do is steal. That's what the scriptures say. They steal. They steal. And they profit off of what we have created. But it's because of us is the reason why this world is going around right now the way that it is. Now, I'm gonna scroll all the way up because there's a lot of stuff that I'm just want to. Ooh, that's a lot. Yeah, let me just kind of close this out. All right. wisdom from Yahweh or Yahweh. Remember the story I was telling y'all about? It's like so simple, but it always hit hard with me. And from the beginning, wisdom was always around. I just put like that. Let's read Proverbs 2, verse 6.
Proverbs chapter 2, verse 6. For the Lord giveth wisdom, out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding.
So wisdom is not accidental, and it's not genetic superiority. All right, it's not just a coincidence or whatever. It is not random intelligence. It is given, or it comes out, but it's given. It comes out of the Most High's mouth, right? So if it's given, check this out. Y'all remember Elisha? A little bit? Okay. When Elisha caused the axe head to float in 2 Kings verse 6, that wasn't a magical thing. It really wasn't. Remember, he was doing there was some work that was going on, and one of the axe heads flew off. And it flew into the water or whatever. And I just thought it was like, man, that's too cool. But that was applied wisdom over elements. Remember, when we're keeping God's commandments, he's going to give us understanding of the elements and stuff like that, right? So, you okay? Okay. So he's going to give us understanding of the elements, whatever. That thing was borrowed. That axe head was borrowed. Y'all seen what an axe looks like, right? You know, you got the wooden part, which is what I'm showing up here. You got the handle, then you got the axe head. That axe head is like iron. Back then, iron was worth a lot of money. Anyway, it's back then it was worth money. But iron sinks. Wood floats. Am I right or am I wrong? Right. So really think about it. That head goes in the water. What is it supposed to do? Sink. Yet through divine, authority and understanding what was going to sink pretty much came up and it was restored. It was restored. That person was able to give the axe head back to whoever it belonged to, right? So that moment shows something super, super deep. For me, it's like, dang, I can never get over this story. Wisdom comes from Yahweh, and he restored what was seen. He restored what was going down. He restored what was of value, of big value. That thing was all the way down. Okay. All the way down. But it was going down. That moment showed something a little deeper. So basically, now we have to consider Yahweh in the mix or in the midst of this. All right. When he walked on water, Yahweh Christ walked on water, and that's in Matthew 14. He wasn't defying, creation or anything like that. He was pretty much operating in full authority over what we use that word, elements, because he was doing what?
Walking by faith.
When you're keeping the commandments, and you're keeping all of the commandments, you have understanding over all the elements. All the elements. Christ was keeping the commandments. He had understanding over all the elements. Right? What is the element? What is the element here? You should know this. You're in science class.
Fire, earth, water, or air.
What? Fire, what?
Earth, water, or air.
I think there's like one more.
Heart.
Your powers combined, I am Captain Planet. Is water an element?
Yes.
All right. So water is an element. He was operating in full authority over water. But guess what? Who did that too? Peter. Peter keeping the commandments? If you with Christ, you had to. Peter walking on water too. It might have been for a couple of seconds, but he was on water too. So when we're keeping God's commandments, we have power over these elements. When Elisha was like, all right, where's the axe head at? And he did what he did with the wood and was able to get the wood and to get the axe head out and all this other kind of stuff. And was like, hey, yeah, blah blah blah, do what you're gonna do. It's restored. That's powerful. When Christ is walking on the water, that's powerful. But when he tells somebody who was not as on Christ's level to say, hey, you can walk on this too. And all he did was just say, hey, get on out here. All right, boss. Dang, I can feel myself walking on water right now. But then you start looking at what everybody else is doing. You know what? We can't swim. Not mess with you. But Peter walked on water too for a moment, because wisdom and authority function through those alignments. It went through the elements. He was keeping the commandments, therefore he had authority over or understanding over all of these elements. Christ had the authority or understanding over all these elements. I know how to move on the water. I know how to, I can dance on the water if I wanted to. Christ had that understanding of the elements. For the little bit of brain power that we all use as humans or whatever, just imagine you keeping the commandments and you have a full usage of your brain all at once. How awesome is that? Our women being their feet don't touch the ground and stuff like that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Man. Anyway. So wisdom must be trusted. Peter had a little bit of trust and then looked around and got off course. Wisdom must be applied. Hey, Christ told him, hey, get on out here and join your boy. And he did that, but he just lost track. Wisdom must be walked in. That means we walk in the commandments. We have to walk in the commandments. For us to have true power over all these things, we have to walk in commandments. Even in captivity, wisdom still remained. Even in bondage, understanding still remained. Even when identity, watch this, when identity sank beneath the surface, the covenant did not. God's promise, I like how you said that when going over the lesson this morning. God's covenant did not. That means his covenant did not stop being a covenant. And when Yahweh restores something, what does it do?
Salvages, it's saved.
Right. So when he restores something, think about that axe head. When Yahweh restores something, what did the axe head do? The thing that was full of it was full of worth.
Returned it.
It floated back up. Meaning that when we are doing what we're supposed to do and it's time for the Most High to do what he said he's going to do, who floats back up? Israel. We will rise. We will rise. Yahweh is going to restore us and we will rise. The axe head rose, the dry bones, y'all remember that in Ezekiel? They rose. And when you really read in Ezekiel, I think it's 37, when you really read in Ezekiel, they didn't just raise up. Their body parts started coming back together. What do you call it? Sinews. They started coming back together. So that's another thing or another example of being salvaged. Most High is going to raise us up. He's going to raise us up out of our captivity, and he's going to restore us. The muscles and stuff that we're supposed to have, the brain power that we're supposed to have, the eyesight that we're supposed to have, no heart problems, everything is going to be restored. The Most High is going to raise us up, just like that axe head that was in the water. All he did was just drop the wood. Have you ever seen that ever happen? You drop something in the water that's supposed to float, and it pushes it down, but something pops up out. I've seen that before. I was like, dang, that's kind of cool. It's going to work when we apply the wisdom that the Most High has given us. So y'all have to understand that even in our captivity, we can and we will rise. We will rise. We will rise with that understanding. Not by emotion, not by pride, but by wisdom. And wisdom comes from who? The Most High, Yahweh. The responsibility now is just for us to recognize it and use it.